Sorry, I was reading something. Off to a banging start.
We're doing great.
As always, we're doing amazing. That's how we start these shows. We start these shows amazing. We start by me saying some sort of nonsense, and then I say, welcome to Kinks Out. So that's what we're going to go with today because we hit record and then we say nonsense. So, hey, Geeg. It's the Geeg and Mars show today.
Hey, baby.
Sweet Sugar was supposed to join us, but she is having the absolute day from hell. Just like I just feel she's had one shitstorm after the other
she
today.
Just needs a break. She needs a break.
And we were like, you know what? This episode is actually going to be one big old ick for her anyway. So it's okay. I think the whole time she would be like, no. No. Nope. Gag, ick, all of it.
Which I love from her because, she isn't
that's just who she is.
Shocker, but she'll be missed nonetheless.
Absolutely, because some of the stuff we're going to say about these books, I can just hear her being like, no.
Oh, for sure.
What?
I know, I hear her voice.
We hear her voice in our head all the time. And she's going to listen to this to edit it probably. So she'll get icked either way. We're still going to get to ick our Sweet Sugar. So today's episode is back to school.
Yeah. I can't think of back to school without Billy Madison. Back to school, to prove to Dad I'm not a fool.
Yes. This is not... Movie. I do love that movie too.
This isn't like the Billy Madison. This isn't the episode you think. It's more of like the episode when he's studying and his friend is like, that is correct.
Yes. It is like that. Because this is not about your kid's school supply list or if you're pissed or not that they got the wrong teacher. This is about the teachers that we all probably wanted to have in college situation, maybe, but didn't because they don't exist in real life. I mean, there's definitely some scandals in schools, but we're not going to talk about that.
No, we're not talking about the ick ones. We don't want the ick ones on our end. We want the spicy ones.
Hot, yes, the hot teacher sees the hot student and all of that. And that's what we're going to talk about today. The books with the,
hot for teacher.
Hot for teacher.
Should that be the name of this episode? Hot for teacher.
It should be. Well done. Yeah, we're going to tell you some of our favorite student teacher books, those types of things, because summer's winding down and
Can't believe it.
Time for these damn kids to go back to school and let us read in peace.
Speaking of which, real quick before we get to the cream at the center. Ooh, did that? No.
Ooh, that icked me. And I'm hard to ick.
Now I don't even remember where I was going to go with that.
The beef of the conversation.
I feel like we need to pull a bunch of these together because I need some. I don't even know what I was going to say, so never mind. Let's just get to that cream. No.
Ooh, ick again. I don't know why that's icking me.
I think it's the word cream.
I think it is too.
It doesn't do it. We like seed.
If I had to pick between the two, that one would definitely be my choice.
I just started another book and I saved this screenshot for you because it says, I was going to send it to you guys, but then when Shuggy's day went off the rails, I was like, doesn't seem like the appropriate time to send this. In the content notes, it says this book includes the following, but not limited to, and then a bunch of other stuff. And then at the end, it says an explicit sex, including breeding kink without pregnancy and cum play. And I circled it and was going to send it to you guys and was like, doop, sign me up. You had me at explicit.
Yeah. Yeah, I can get on board with all of that.
Yeah, exactly.
I see no issues.
Agreed. On that note, so the one book the first one that comes to mind when I think of student teacher. This one is a little more risque, though. It's Giana Darling's Lessons in Corruption. It's a series, the Fallen Men series. So, oh, wait a second. Because then I'll say something and she won't hear me because she's on mute. But then I'll like make comments and she'll be like, yeah. Ooh, she put her fingers between her eyes. This is a kid. Something's up. She's going to come on and be like, party's canceled. We're not recording. Oh, I feel like they're being bad. Now she has her hand on her temple. Her eyes are large. I don't know. Oh, she's angry. She's annoyed. She's talking for a long time with these children.
Yep.
Got weird.
This is real life here, people. If that's one thing about us that I hope everybody likes about us, is that like our lives are so painfully real. Like we don't have endless childcare. We have young kids. We have kids who have been home together for way too long.
Oh my God.
You know, it's real. This is real life and it is what it is. So
If I quickly run away from the computer without word, it's because the baby's climbing out of the crib and I'm on the other side of the house.
it's just the real life. But anyway, so we
Yeah.
were talking about Lessons in Corruption, which I haven't read.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I don't think I've actually read any of the ones on your list. I know.
I think like our vibes are a little different because you like they're not coming up on this website is what I'm looking at right now. Hold on.
I like the
you
male
like
professor, younger like
I feel like
female
you're like prep
student.
school stuff though. You like that prep school vibe thing.
I do like that too. Like the like college age or even like
Yeah.
high school, I guess. But like when you read all these books and none of them read like high schools, or like they're all 18 anyway type of deal. Like none of them read
Yeah.
to me like a regular high school situation. Like I view all of the books I read that are like prep school almost like college age anyway.
Yeah. Well, so in Lessons in Corruption by Giana Darling, he was 18. He's like an heir to this notorious criminal MC. And she's like a super young teacher at the high school.
Okay.
So I loved this book. I loved it so much. I thought that it was, I ended up reading like all of the series. It's the Fallen Men series. There's a new one out recently.
Oh.
Like this past week. So definitely excited to dive back into that MC world. But that one, it might be, like this is a personal
Wait, I
favorite.
think I did read this.
I think you did too.
Oh, it's the idea of you all over again.
Stop it. No, because this was good and you didn't like the idea of you. Don't you?
No, I do. I do think I read this and I did like it. You're right. Because it is
you
a whole
love
series.
MC. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the MC is what did it. I'm gonna have to look and see when I read it, but I
think you read like 3 of them.
I think you're right. I think I've read most of this series.
Sorry,
this is my
Giana.
issue. I know it's not her. I'm the problem. I am the problem 100%. Is that I read a book and even books that I love so much, once I'm done with them, pretty much that's it. Like I don't have the brain space to remember all of them unless it's one that I've read literally within the last 2 months probably.
Yeah. So my problem is that I don't have the brain space, but I still know. So like the brain space should be used for something else. But like you asked me about a book I read in like 2007 and I can like tell you the fucking characters.
I can't do that. The only book I think I can
me.
do that with is probably like Pucking Around.
Pucking Around, of course you could.
That's about it. But no, I think you're right. I did read this and I did really like it.
Yeah, you did. I remember because I remember this. That's why I put it on this list. I was like, girl, you knew.
Everything's fine.
Anyway,
I'm fine.
It's amazing. And it's one of the high school ones that I was like actually okay with. Because like that could be ick. Like, I mean, if I hear that in the news, I'm like, if I hear that in the news, I'm disturbed.
Yes.
But in the fictional world, I'm okay with it.
In the fictional world, totally fine. Like most things.
Right.
Like most things. Do you want me to do one of mine now?
Yeah.
We can go back and forth. Okay. So one of mine, and I think that this is a 2-book series. And whenever I first read it, the second book wasn't out yet. And then if the second book isn't out and I don't like see it pop up in my Kindle, I forget about series. So I want to go
Oh
back
yeah.
now and read that. But it's Havenfall Harbor by Albany Walker. And it's like a supernatural story. So
Ooh.
yeah, it was really good. And it was short. Like I don't remember it being a super long read, but there's a human female teacher and she's the FMC. She goes to teach at a school for like orphaned supernaturals type of
Okay.
deal who have like certain powers and like things like that. But she ends up falling for several of the other male teachers. So
Of
it's a
course.
reverse harem, of course, which is my favorite.
Of
And
course.
it was really good because all these like random things sort of start happening and that's like the plot of it is like a love story, but also like these things are happening within the school and it's up to
Yeah.
them to figure out like, who done it. It sort of
Yeah.
has like a mystery to it too. So yeah, I think there's a second one out and I'm gonna have to look because I want to read it. Because I did. I really liked it and it was good. And it was teachers. It wasn't a student, but it still like
Yeah.
takes place in a school.
See, I love mixing in like the supernatural like type ones. I don't know. I'm just a
Me
big
too.
fan of that. And
Yeah,
that
I'm
is
not gonna read
why,
like a bunch at once, but like
yeah.
I sprinkle one in.
Yeah. See, this is why this transitions perfectly that I think you should read Zodiac Academy.
There's too many books.
You don't have to feel like you have to read them all at once. That's what I'm telling you. Like I read the first 3 or 4 and now I'm going to dive into that second series that No Trigger Nancy said. I'm just getting through a couple of these country ones cowboy ones that I was like super pumped about coming out. They like all came out and I'm like
None of you
devouring
can
them.
see Geej, but she's also wearing a hat that says cowboy hat. She is in her cowboy era hard fucking core. So while she's gonna say she's reading Zodiac Academy, she's currently trying to learn how to lasso while, going to the rodeo and wearing boots. So
Just
we'll see. We'll see when you get out of your cowboy era.
listen, if I knew that I could like make myself into like these supernatural people, I would totally. Anyway, the romanticy. I love it. I love it. Same thing. Zodiac Academy in it. One of the professors, Professor Orion, Lance Orion, and one of the main girls in the book. Because it's twin sisters that
Okay.
so yeah, it's so angsty and like the will they won't they vibes and stuff like that. So I am very excited to see how this unfolds with Zodiac Academy. So
There's
and I
just
think
so many
wait,
books.
it is, but wait, I can't remember though. Like I think they're like just 18, but like I don't think it's like, oh, this is a high school or whatever. Or maybe they're a little bit older. Now I can't remember. But either way, they're all still like young, but I mean, and when like anyway, just read it.
I know. I have to be in the right headspace for it, I think, because like I just said, once I read a book and I kind of like finish it, if I
You're
don't read
done.
the whole series at once, I have
I'm
to
gonna like
like
take you
refresh.
away. I'm gonna take you away for a week from your family, and
A
we're just gonna
week. Oh my good
we're gonna
luck.
binge read all of them. I'm gonna be
You
like,
can you
Pip,
can get me in 3-hour increments.
Pip, you're on your own.
You're on your own, big guy. Good luck.
It's fine. It's so
But
good.
also speaking of like the high school prep school situation, Boys of Briar Hall by Elena Lawson. Sorry, you edited the note as I was reading it and something disappeared. I was like, no. It like scrolled up.
I forget that you
Yeah,
can see things in
I
real
can see
time.
it in real time when Gage deletes stuff, and then I was going to read the author's name and the whole note changed.
It's fine. You'll be okay.
The wheels, they're starting to go already. Anyway, yes, Boys of Briar Hall series. It's like Crooked Crows is their
Ooh.
like name, I guess their group name. It's Elena Lawson, and it's again reverse harm prep school.
Oh
It
my
is
god.
super dark, though.
Okay.
Like you
Like
need
a
to
lot
read
of
the
trigger
trigger
warnings.
warnings. Yes,
Okay.
read the trigger warnings. Like they are not scared to like get their hands dirty, type of deal.
Is there
And
schmurder?
I don't think there's schmurder, but there's definitely like blood.
Okay.
Yeah,
Read
it's
your
a
trigger
whole
warnings.
series. Yes, read your trigger warnings for that one. But again, like it's a prep school situation. But I once was 18 years old and I do not know a single dude who's like this.
Dude, I think about that kind of stuff. Like, so, like, I think so many of the prep school books I feel like are reverse harem, and like, that would blow my mind when I
Can
was
you
like that
imagine?
age. I was not.
Like they all go to class together too. And it's like very known that like she is with all of them. And that
Could you
kills me because
imagine?
can you imagine rolling into like homeroom and having like three dudes sitting
Homeroom.
there like fawning over one female? No. Mm-mm. I mean, it would have been cool, good for her, but like, no, there's not a
Right?
chance and I think that's the biggest thing, like how I can
Yeah,
disassociate with sometimes like these kids, not kids, like the
I
characters
know what you
being
mean.
younger is because it's so just like,
You're
yeah,
like,
right.
right.
Like, let me find this in real life and then maybe we'll see. But it's, yeah, it's so like these 18-year-olds have, very rich parents and they drive really fast cars. Like 18-year-olds drove, in my world, they
Yeah.
drove their parents' cars
Like
or
the minivan.
right? Or like the old pickup truck that they found at the dump,
Yeah.
type of
Nothing
deal. So
nice.
it's just none of it is real life in my eyes. So that's why it's easy to be like, okay, whatever, they're
Yeah.
18. Like that's that series, same with one that I've talked about before. The I didn't write it down, but now the Mounts Bay series. It's by Jay Bree, I think. And that whole
Oh,
series
yeah.
takes place in like a prep school situation. And it's again
Yeah.
RH, and there is murder in that.
Is
100%
there? Okay.
murder. Yeah. And it's another one that I'm like, this is so unrealistic for like if you really think about it. But in a book, it
Yeah.
reads like, oh, this is totally reasonable. So that's
Yeah.
the best. But yeah, I like the prep school ones. I think they're I don't know, maybe it's me being like, I'm old. Look, I have to relive
Take
my
me
youth.
back. Take me
Take me
back to my
back.
youth. Oh my God.
I didn't go to prep school, just to clarify.
Yeah. No, no, no. We went to public school. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Another one of those. This one is like a Gothikana. I had this in my TBR for a long time, and it's by RuNyx, I think is the author.
I think that's
I've
how you would say it.
Yeah. I have seen this. Like I saw it all over the place, and I was like coveting it for the longest time because it has really good reviews. But I wasn't a huge fan. But that aside, I think it was because it was so. I bet you would like it. It's very, very dark.
It's coming into my dark season where I read all my dark books,
Yeah.
please.
So put this on your list for maybe I just like read it not at the right time. Because once again, we're mood readers.
We
But
are big mood
she
readers.
goes like she gets an admissions letter from like this mysterious university and stuff like that. But there's just like deaths, secrets, like all this stuff is revealed, and it's like murder mystery kind of like
I would
it
probably
was
like that.
good, but yeah, you would be down.
But like how many dicks does she take? Because that's a big part
I
of this for me. One,
only one.
is it spicy?
I don't feel like it was as spicy as I wanted it to be.
That's
It
probably
was
gonna be
fine.
a not read for me then. If a book's gonna be dark, it has to be like slutty dark.
Yeah. You need like
Like I
I
don't
get
just
that.
want to read about schmurder. I want to read about
Yeah.
schmecks too.
Right? Absolutely.
I like it how of all of the words we've ever said in this podcast, we changed murder to schmurder.
Schmurder. Like we really needed to like I don't know why I did that, but I was like, "Oh, I really need to edit ourselves."
Schmurder and schmecks.
Oh, that
Just for
schmecks
this
and
episode.
schmurder. So dumb. We're so
That's
dumb.
so funny. I like didn't even think about it until I just said
I
schmecks.
know, and
Then
you
like
said it back to me too.
that is the least offensive thing we've probably ever said. So it's fine.
Yeah. We'll be fine. I'm gonna go and wait, do you have any more like academia ones?
I do. I have one more.
Oh, nice.
Hook, Line, Professor by Shayla Hart. And this is like a classic student professor one that I did like. It's it was short. It was just, he is the
Yeah.
professor, she's the student. It's very much like, no, I don't want him, or I do want him, but like I can't.
Yeah.
That type of situation. It was good. And it's a 2-part. And I think I
Okay.
read both of them, but yeah, it's like the classic student teacher
Yeah.
relationship
Yeah. That's what I
situation.
feel like this one, Voyeur, that I read by Fiona Cole. It's a student teacher romance, but it's like the Voyeur series.
Okay.
Not the same couple each series, but I think he didn't know that so he would go to this place and pay to watch this person who would like diddle herself and stuff like that.
Oh,
So
all right.
he would pay to watch her at this club called Voyeur. And then she like walks into his classroom and he's like, oh shit. And, like in college. So it was cute. I liked it. It was a good read. There's other ones about the same club, like Voyeur, Lovers, Savior, Another, Liar. Like there's a bunch of them. So I still
Yeah,
need
I
to
feel
keep
like a
reading on
lot
that
of the
way.
like student teachery ones usually tend to be like shorter books too, which I like. They're
Yeah.
like quick, easy reads for the most part. Like not novellas, but not long.
Yeah.
And I like that about them too. They're like the good fillers
Yeah.
for in between. Like
Well, no, I was just going to say one that's not a filler, though, for in between. I haven't read this one, but I know that you've had it in your TBR too. Pam Goodwin's Dark Notes. He's her piano teacher.
oh, we've talked about this before, yeah, and we
We
haven't
have,
read
but
it
we just
yet.
haven't dove into it because I think it's a long one.
Is it? Oh, wait, what was the one that we read? It was another no trigger Nancy one. That it wasn't. It was student teacher, but she was the gymnast and he was the teacher.
Execution.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
that one too.
Led by
That's
Lucia
another one.
Franco. So yeah, this Pam Godwin, she's I don't know if I said her name right or wrong the first time I said it,
I
but
feel like
Pam.
I've read books of hers. Her name stands
So
out to me.
that was just the one that I read her Sea of Ruin. It was like a
Oh, maybe that's one.
historical pirate romance. Yeah, pirate romance. But the FMC was a badass pirate. But anyway, that was a good book. 2 dudes. It's a love triangle. So there's
Oh.
2 dudes. You're like, her eyebrow raised, guys. She was like, maybe I'll slip that in my back pocket. But
Save it
Dark
for a
Notes.
stormy day.
On the high seas.
Whenever I'm out on my boat. I don't have a boat.
She doesn't have a boat. If you had a boat, we would be on it. We would be like,
Wait,
live
actually,
from the Mon. It's King's Oak.
live from the Mon. Gross. That would be a no.
I didn't say we were diving into it. But wait, so this one, the Dark Notes, is supposed to be like super taboo though, because I think she's young.
That's how the execution one started too. Like she wasn't even 18, I think, when that book started, right?
No, that one is super taboo. People either love the Off Balance series or they hate it.
Yeah.
I love a good coach athlete, like student teacher.
I do
like
too.
Because I feel like the coach and athlete ones kind of are like a similar vibe.
Yeah, they are. I would consider them to be like a similar vibe with that, especially because it is generally like, oh, there's the no fraterniz. What's that word? Fraternization.
It's hard to say. It's hard to speak. It's fine.
Words are hard. Fraterniz.
We're doing it. We're okay.
We're not.
Listen. Oh, deep breaths, child. Deep breaths. Another one of those sports ones. I haven't read this one yet, but it's in my TBR. The Treasure State Wildcats. It's a Devney Perry who's like, I'm in love with Devney Perry.
Yeah, you like her.
I'm still in a book hangover from like Indigo Ridge and all those, the Eden series. Like nothing is like, I can't. I like lived that life. I was like, I was so immersed in that universe. I can't even. But I know that the Treasure State Wildcats, another book came out, I think like yesterday even. I think it's called Rally. But the first one called Coach, it's a football star, single dad, so that one's not. But Blitz, the second book in this series, is a forbidden small town romance, and it's forbidden because he's a coach and she's a student. I think she's on the volleyball team,
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, she's the star of the volleyball team, and he, I think, is a football coach. Fair.
I can get
Put
on
that in
board
my
with that.
TBR.
Yeah, I can get on board with that for sure. I like books like that, especially I feel like this time of year I start to read definitely more of the darker ones, but I'll do like football reads. Again,
Yeah.
the big mood reader thing. Like going
Yeah.
into football season, it's, I'll read the football ones and stuff like that. And yeah, the dark ones will come in spooky season, which we're going to do a whole episode about, which will be fun.
Oh, absolutely. But to all of our listeners out there, if you have a student athlete, like student coach, teacher, all that business, please give us any and all recommendations, because I could totally get down with some of those right now. I need to add, I mean, if I can handle not having my Cowboys.
I felt
We're
like I had a lot more to say about some of these books, and it just didn't work out how I wanted it to. In another one that has I just had like the light bulb. In The Scent of Us by Eliana Lee,
Mm,
her pack members is her professor at one point.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You're correct. Yeah. Because he comes on like at the end of it. I was always wondering how he was going to play into it. And then I was like, oh, he cute though.
Yes. Because they like meet like in the grocery store or something like that.
They
At the
scent
beginning.
matched. They scent
Yes,
matched.
that's it. They scent match. Yeah, they scent match. And then like she's in his class. So he's like, I can't, she's my student, blah, blah, blah. But then
Yeah,
because they're scent matches and stuff like that, he ends up joining the pack. But yeah, that's another one that has that. It's Omegaverse, but it has that little bit of student teacher vibes too. Who
absolutely. And
ended
you
up
know what?
like him.
This makes me want to bring back up Eliana just because I love her, the author
I
of
know.
the Scent of Us. So she is teaming up. I saw this Welcome to the Cozyverse, announcing a new shared
Yes.
universe between two of your favorite Omegaverse authors. So who is that? Amelia Emerson and Eliana Lee.
Yeah. So I read I think I've read one or two of Amelia. Is that how am I saying that right? Amelia, is that how you would say
I
it?
think so. Emilia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amelia. I have read one or two of her books and they're really good too. But yeah, they're both Omegaverse authors. And they have like different writing styles, but also like I feel like the two of them together is gonna be really, really good.
Yeah. I'm excited because, yeah, a pack for winter coming in December. That's going to be Eliana's. And then let me see if there's a thing that if Amelia said a pack for autumn, hers will be in November. Okay. So Amelia first in November and then Eliana in December. Oh, they get our mood reader hearts.
They do. They do. Yeah,
I
I'm
love
like,
that.
whenever we've been planning episodes, I'm like, all right, well, this is the season we're in, so this is what we have to talk about. I'm like, it's August. We're going to school, student teacher. October, I'm like, we need spooky reads.
Oh, yeah. Well, and
Which
when we come back, because we're almost done with season 1, which is, can you believe that we're coming up on 25 episodes?
look at us.
Look at us.
Who'd have thought?
Paul Rudd, if you're listening.
Oh my God. I
Who'd
would
have thought?
die for Paul Rudd. I love him so much. Can you imagine if I was like, Glenn Powell didn't accept our invitation to be on the podcast, so maybe we could pull Paul Rudd.
Listen, we have goals, hopes, and dreams. We're fine. Everything's fine. I freaking
Just
love Paul Rudd.
shooting our shot. But yeah, we're coming to the end of season 1, which is crazy because this has been so much fun. And I feel like we've learned a lot too, which is crazy because in such a short amount of time to be like, we started this doing a couple different things and that we liked and that we thought were hilarious. And we're like, this gets no traction. And I don't think people get it.
Like nobody cares that we're vegetables. We laugh really fucking hard.
We would
And a
die
hot
but in the
dog.
beginning. Yeah, in the beginning of this journey, Sugar made us our alter egos of a mushroom, a hot dog, and a carrot. And that would be like our voice clips. And very quickly we were like, maybe people don't find this as funny as we do.
Well, now, which is even crazier, we have our cute little avatars that are going to be popping out.
I'm excited. That was such a fun surprise. Jeej surprised us and did little like avatar. Not, I guess animation, sort of, but they're
They're
with
like just
animals
like character drawings. Yeah, like sort
and
of.
they're really, really cute. So that was a fun little surprise she did for us because she's the best.
I love you guys. I had fun with it. Yeah,
Yes,
so that's like us, but also like our alter egos kind of mix in, which is
it
fun.
is. It is. It's like, well, what would you add to yourself or maybe change a little bit? Because despite, the big thing with women is like, oh, we should love ourselves for who we are and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And, we all do that. But it would also be like really cool to say, oh, like my thing is like a septum ring. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
give mine a septum ring. Like, which is something I
Like,
could do if I
boom.
really wanted to.
Yeah.
But now I don't have to because I know
Which
what it would look like. And it
did
is
you
really
like
cute.
it? It's
I
so
did.
cute. Part of me is like, I feel like you need this in your life.
Here's
You
the
look
thing though, whenever you get it done, you have to have a bigger one in it for a while. And then
so
you
you
can
would
put
just
like a
look like a
real bowl.
bowl. You would just look like
I
a
would look
bowl.
like a bowl for a little bit. And that's the thing that I would be like, ooh, I don't think I like that. Unless it
Yeah.
would be very, very tiny. But then, because then I would just put like a little hoop, very, very
Yeah.
small in. Um, but no, Tim's not on board with the septum.
That's okay. Listen.
I'll ease him
Me
in. It's fine.
yeah. It's fine. We haven't don't bring up the septum until we talk about the retreat.
Yeah, so we've talked about the retreat before, and we'll start to close out the episode. Every episode from now until said retreat, we will discuss it
Yeah.
so everybody knows it's happening. But Pimp doesn't know about this yet because he's the type of guy you can't like you got to ease things in with him. You
Oh
got to
yeah.
start like dropping hints and little things like that. And then, it's a lot easier. But yes, the King's
It's
Out
got to
retreat,
be the
it's
right time to let him know
gotta
you're
be the
going to
right
California
time.
for a weekend. It's fine.
The right time will probably be when I board the plane. Yeah, if you're interested, check out our Facebook page or our Instagram page and Facebook because all of the retreat information is there. And
Yeah.
yeah, if you're interested, let us know because it's going to be a good time. Why did I talk like this the entire episode?
I wish you would have. Ooh, can we do one episode where we only talk in accents?
I don't know if I could talk in an accent the entire time. It would probably change. Like,
Did you ever do that when you were younger? Like when you would be out with your
100%.
friends and you'd be like, let's pretend we're Australian or like,
Let's
let's
be
pretend we're
British.
British. Ooh,
100%.
I want to have a Southern accent and my name is like Bluebell. Like in the
That is not your name. Your name is Cricket Dawn.
I'm sorry, my name's Cricket.
Jesus.
Should we tell everybody that I now have you guys have given me a name for my
I
alter
thought
ego?
you mentioned it. Yeah, no,
I
Gija's
can't
alter ego
remember.
is now because like your Gija's your alter
I have
ego,
so many
and then your
personalities.
alter ego is Cricket
Cricket.
Down. Cricket Down from
Yeah, I'm Cricket
Bluebell,
down.
Alabama. Did you ever watch
Listen,
Hart and Dixie?
I freaking loved that show.
There was the girl's little sister. Her name was Cricket,
I
and I loved
know. That's
that.
where I got it from.
Or one of them was Cricket. I don't know.
One
Was
of
it
the one of the main characters. Yeah.
the blonde Jamie?
Yeah. No, her
What her
name wasn't.
name? That's not Jamie. Who is that? The girl with the blonde hair. She has like her real name is something interesting too. That's gonna make me crazy. We'll have to look it up. But I love that show. But that's where it came from, Cricket.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well,
Jamie.
Jamie King, her name
Oh,
was
yeah,
Lemon.
yeah. Oh, Lemon. So
There was
Cricket was her little sister.
Yeah, but there was Lemon, there was Annabeth, there was who else was there?
Yeah.
So many good names.
So many good names.
Oh my god, I loved that show so much.
I
Yeah, either Cricket wasn't like Cricket like not the bad guy, but like she was like the shit stirrer, I think. Yeah, this is going off the
okay.
rails. All right,
Something
I have
else. So
a
anyway,
baby that's awake, so I guess we'll wrap it up.
I'm gonna wrap it up then for us. Thank you for
For
listening.
real.
Find us on Instagram, Facebook, all of the socials. We love you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for dealing with us. As always, we are unhinged and we love you.
And I'll just sign off this episode saying, Mars, I'm coming with some coffee for you. I'll give a little. She cut my baby's hair, so I'm gonna give a little toot toot, and you can jump out and get that delicious iced cold brew.
Thank you. I love you.
Love you all. Bye.
Bye.